What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the Ecom Academy channel, and in this video today I'm going to be showing you how to set up your Amazon Seller Central account. Whether you're setting one up for yourself or a brand that you're working with in the Amazon FBA remote space, this video will work for you. And I'm going to break it down so that no matter where you're from, no matter where you're trying to set this account up from, it's going to work. So honestly, setting up a Seller Central account, it's pretty simple. It's a step-by-step process. I'm going to show you how to do it. However, there are a few things to keep in mind, especially because Amazon, like their automatic AI system, can get sometimes quite finicky with when you upload your documents and things like that, and also payment methods. So we're going to cover all of that. There's nothing to worry about. I'm really excited to present this tutorial to you. In fact, I was honestly quite surprised when I saw that this video was one of the most requested videos, like on YouTube. It's one of the most searched for videos on YouTube. I can understand why, even though it seems so simple, right? I first set my Amazon account up like 7 years ago. But I've coached many people along the way all these years, and I know that the process has more or less changed a bit. So the very first thing that we need is we need to go on sellercentral.amazon.com. This is where you're going to actually click on sign up to set up your Seller Central account. And by the way, the process is very similar no matter what Amazon marketplace you're opening up your account in. So let's say that you want to open up your account in Canada. Just go on Google, type in sign up for Amazon Seller Central account Canada, and then the website for that pops up. So it's sell.amazon.ca, right? And then it's the same thing. You just click sign up. Okay. So there's two things that you're going to need. Number one, you're going to need to decide whether you sell as an individual or as a business. If you are just starting and you don't have a business, you haven't formed an LLC yet, which stands for limited liability company, then you are going to start selling as an individual. And that is possible in the Canadian and American marketplace. However, in other countries, like I know in Europe, if you want to start selling as an individual, you actually have to formally file as a sole proprietor. A sole proprietor is basically an individual doing business. Now in Canada and the States, you don't actually have to register to be able to sell on Amazon as a sole proprietor. You can just sell as an individual and that's fine. But basically, if you don't have an LLC yet, you're going to be registering as an individual and you're going to have to submit ID. And we're going to get to which ID is approved. Usually it's a passport, a driver's license, things like that. So that's the first thing. And the second thing that you're going to need is a payment method. So a way for Amazon to actually pay you when you start making sales. And Amazon pays out every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks, you're going to get your Amazon product sales from 2 weeks ago because they hold your money for a period of 2 weeks for a refund period, because everybody that purchases on Amazon Prime has a refund period like window that they can just return the product if they want. So basically, let's say if I sell a unit today, I'm probably going to get paid for that, not in the next 2 week cycle, but in the one after that. So let's say that I sold a unit on Amazon today, and let's say that Amazon usually pays me like tomorrow. I'm actually not going to get my money for today's sale tomorrow. I'm going to get it the next biweekly cycle. So those are the two things you need. It's very simple. And the next thing that I want to show you is the list of approved countries for selling on Amazon for 2024. So here's a list of approved countries for Amazon seller registration. As you can see, I just found this list on Google. You can just type in 2024 list of approved Amazon seller countries. You can see that it's a vast amount of countries, right? So it says that you have to basically, here's like the individual Amazon seller eligibility requirements. So you have to have an Amazon selling plan, which I'm going to show you how to get. You have to have a method of payment, which I mentioned. You have to have an internationally chargeable credit card. I'll show you how to get that. You have to have a government issued ID. So it's a passport or a driver's license. Tax information, I'll show you how to get that. And a phone number. I'm sure that you have a phone number. And if you don't, just get a phone plan. So now we go to the list of approved sellers. So let's say that you are an individual in Germany and you want to sign up for Amazon US. Great. You are allowed. Let's say that you're in Canada. So anybody from these countries can sell in any Amazon marketplaces. So just because, let's say you're in Chile, doesn't mean that you're restricted to selling somewhere in South America, right? So you can actually sell in the US. That's what makes this business so great, is that you can really build it into a global empire. And I myself, I'm Canadian, and I've sold on Amazon US ever since I started, because Amazon US is the biggest platform, and that's where I've seen the most success. However, I wouldn't sleep on the other countries because Amazon is growing all around the world. So basically, it's the vast majority of countries, except a few like North Korea. I think Russia and Belarus are not on the list due to global events. And there's a few other countries that are not allowed. And here's a list of countries that Amazon is actually has like its own marketplace in: Australia, Brazil, Canada, China, Egypt, and so on and so forth. Right? So in Sweden and the United Kingdom, UAE, and here is the monthly traffic. So we can see here the amount of visits to the website in the United States: 4.2 billion per month, 163 million per month in Mexico, and 273 million per month in Canada, which is actually a lot if you think about it, because the population of Canada is only like 30 to 40 million, right? And here's the monthly traffic for Europe. We can see that the biggest market is Germany, then the UK, and then we have France and Spain. And then we have Asia, so we have China, which actually surprisingly is pretty low. India is super high, Japan is super high, and so on and so forth. Now, the second thing that I want to show you is the Amazon Currency Converter for Sellers, ACCS. And basically, Amazon gives you the option of either getting paid in US dollars or in the currency of the marketplace that you're actually selling in. So in Europe, it would be in euros. But let's say that you are an individual in Europe. Let's say that you live in Germany and you sell on Amazon US, and you actually want to get paid out in euros so that you can use the money there. Well, Amazon actually has this currency converter for sellers. And if you were to type in on Google $1 in euros, you would get 0.92 euros is $1. And so Amazon will actually pay you, they can pay you in euros, and the currency exchange that they'll give you is a little bit worse than Google. So nobody can actually give you the Google rate because no matter where you get your currency exchange, they're going to take a fee, whether it's a bank or it's an online service like TransferWise, like Wise, it's called Wise now, or Amazon. So if we scroll down here, we can see that the Amazon Currency Converter for Sellers is available on 19 Amazon stores and 44 payout currencies. So let's click on this list. So now I'm in my Amazon Seller Central account, and we can see here's the list of all the countries that are supported. So we can see it says right here, disbursements can only be made in the local currency of the country or region where the bank account is located. For example, if your bank account is located in the US, then disbursements can only be made in US dollars, even if your bank account is capable of accepting deposits in more than one currency. If you have a US dollar bank account open in Hong Kong, for example, you can choose to receive your proceeds from Amazon in Hong Kong dollars or United States dollars to your bank account. But that's only for Hong Kong, it seems. Every single other country, Amazon will only pay you. Let's say you put a German bank account in there, right? So what's going to happen is Amazon's going to pay you in euros automatically, and they're going to convert the currency if you sell on Amazon US. And let's say that you are selling, you're Canadian selling in the United States, and you put in your Canadian bank account. It doesn't matter if it's a US dollar account, Amazon's going to pay you in Canadian dollars. So that's how it works. Here's all the currencies that are supported. So this list is going to be in the link down below as well. So now you're pretty much ready to sign up for your Amazon Seller Central account. All right, so now we're actually in the setup. So it's going to ask us to provide a government issued ID or a passport, recent bank account or credit card statement, chargeable credit or debit card, and mobile phone. So, okay, if you don't have a business yet, you're going to have to submit your personal ID and passport, and that's the same for business anyway. But for the means of payment, you can just submit any bank account that you have and any credit card, like a personal one. And once you actually start making money, you can then change that anytime to a business bank account and then a business credit card. Or if you want to, you can open up an LLC. If you're in Canada, we don't have LLC, so it's an Inc. You can open up an Inc. in Canada. I'm going to put the best services down below to do that. There's like a step-by-step process. You pay a fee. In America, it's a few $100. In Canada, depending where, it's also a few $100 to $600 about. So depending on if it's a provincial or federal incorporation. But once you actually have set up the LLC or the Inc. in Canada, or your limited company in Europe, let's say, then you can actually open up a business bank account. So if you want, you can do that, or you can start off as an individual. I myself, when I started selling, I started off as an individual, and then I actually opened up a corporation about 6 months after I started selling at that point. So it's up to you, but regardless, if you are starting as an individual, you're gonna have to put in your bank account and credit card statement and your own credit card or debit card. If you have a business, an LLC business account, or an incorporated business account, a business bank account in Canada, then you're gonna have to put in that information in here. And you can pretty much open up a business bank account at any bank. I recommend the big banks. So in America, that would be JP Morgan Chase, Bank of America, Wells Fargo. And then in Canada, it's going to be BMO, Scotiabank, RBC, TD, right? So it's really all about the same. So anyway, once that's clear, we're going to click begin. So now it's going to ask us for information. So you want to put in, if you don't have a business, enter your country of residence, right? So by the way, for the Europeans out there or anybody where it's difficult to set up a business, you can actually set up a US business, but to get a US bank account is much more challenging. You might have to actually come to America, go into the branch, right? It's a challenging process, but you can do it. I've done it before. I'm going to put a service down below. It is an option. If you open up an LLC in America, it's considered a pass-through entity. I'm not an accountant, by the way. Consult a local accountant if you have any questions. But an LLC is considered a pass-through entity. So that means that, let's say that you live in Germany, you reside in Germany for tax purposes, meaning you actually live there, but you sell on Amazon US, that's where you make your money. If you have an LLC in the US, then the LLC, whatever profit you make, actually passes through to you in Germany, and then you pay personal tax on it. So it really just depends on how hard it is to set up a business in your home country. In some countries, you need like $3,000 to set up an account. As far as I remember, that was like in Norway, it was a rule. So, obviously for somebody starting out, that's a good chunk of cash. So anyway, business information, we're going to put in, let's just say we're going to do it from Canada, because I'm in Canada, but same thing for US, just put US. Entity type, we're gonna say that I'm an individual. Okay, now we're gonna put in our name, all right? And then we're gonna click agree and continue. All right, so now it's going to ask us to fill in our country of citizenship, our country of birth, our date of birth, our residential address. So if you're signing up as an individual, you put all of that in here. Anyway, if you sign up as a business, it's going to ask you for your personal information and your business information. So put those in. So I'm going to start filling this out. We're going to go to the next page. So now we're at the bottom and it's going to ask us to receive a PIN. So I just filled in the code here and I'm going to put in my phone number. So click SMS, send SMS, and we just need to wait. You can also choose the call option if you want. All right, so I got my PIN. I'm just going to put in my PIN. All right, perfect. Cool. So now we have to put in a credit card because Amazon's going to charge us the $39.99 for the first month for the professional selling subscription. Amazon has two plans. The first plan is the individual selling plan and the second plan is the professional selling plan. And the individual selling plan, how that works is you don't pay a monthly fee, but then you have to pay $1 for every single unit you sell on top of all the FBA fees and $1.50 in Canada, right? Basically, if you sell anything like 40 units a month or more, you're going to want to pay the professional selling plan. I actually made this mistake. I started off on the individual selling plan, and then when my units came in, I forgot to change it. And then I started I realized that I was paying so much in fees, and so I quickly changed it. But at the same time, if it's not giving you an option, like here it's not giving me an option, I'm just going to put in my credit card. And then what's going to happen is that I can actually reach out to support. You can reach out to support. You can say, hey, I actually want the individual selling plan, at least until you get products in. Then you're not paying the $40 every month until you actually have units in. You don't need to have the professional selling plan to actually get your units into the warehouse, into the FBA warehouse. So you can do that. You can contact support. They'll give you your money back. So now I'm going to put in my credit card number in here and my name. You want to put in the credit card that you're going to use to actually get charged your monthly selling plan. Again, you can go and get change it to an individual plan with customer service once you've actually set up your account. It's not a problem. They will refund you. They're very lenient with that. So I'm going to put it in and then we're going to go next. So now it's going to ask us for our store name. And this does not have to be your brand name. So your brand name is going to be like the title of your product, like what you call, the brand of your product. We don't have to put in, the brand doesn't have to be the store name. So I'll show you an example on Amazon here. If we go on Amazon. So right here I have an Amazon listing open, and this right here is the brand name, and this is the storefront name. So what Amazon is asking you to give it is the storefront name. So this can be anything you want, like they're calling their store upper echelon product. But then the brand name, you can have as many brand names as you want for all the products that you're selling, but it's only one storefront name. It doesn't really matter too much. You can make it whatever you want. So I'm going to put in Premium Pets just as an example. It's saying that it's not available. So I'm going to put in Premium Pets LLC. Do you have universal product codes, UPCs, for all of your products? And you want to mark yes. Do you own a brand, or do you serve as an agent or representative of a manufacturer of a brand for any of the products you want to sell on Amazon? Put yes, you do own a brand because you're going to be owning a brand. Does your brand have an active registered trademark? Put yes. It is a must to get a trademark because it's just trying to sell a product without a trademark. You're not going to have access to the A+ content. You're not going to have brand registry. You can have hijackers on your listing. So just answer yes to all of them. And by the way, I'm actually going to make a whole new video on how to get a trademark the right way so that you can apply for brand registry and so that you can actually launch successfully and have your listing locked from anybody else trying to steal your sales as hijackers. So now it's asking me to upload my passport and a bank account statement. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to your bank website, you're going to download a PDF statement of your most recent statement, and you're going to upload it. All right, it's very simple. For your passport or your driver's license, you want to take a picture of it lying flat. It can't just be like you holding it and like half folded, right? You want to put it on a table in front of you. The table should have a very clear background, either black or white or a solid color, so that you can clearly see basically all of the text on your passport and everything else, and on your driver's license. It should be clearly legible. So that's what you have to do. Then you submit it. Then you hit next. So once you've submitted your ID document and your bank account statement, what's going to happen is the verification process begins. You're going to be offered an option whether you want to take a picture of your face or whether you want to join a video call with an associate. Now, I recommend joining a video call with an associate. It's going to be much easier because with a picture of your face, you might have to wait. It might get denied. So just join the video call, and an Amazon person is going to get on a call with you, and they're basically going to verify that you are the person that's in your ID. And basically, if all of your information matches on the ID that you provided, your name matches and the expiration date and things like that. And if it doesn't, they're going to tell you, and then you're going to fix it. And that's pretty much it. It's a pretty simple process. Really, where most people go wrong is they don't take a good enough picture of their ID. They submit the wrong ID. They don't submit the right documents, or they get things wrong. Like whatever they enter on Amazon mismatches their ID. Okay, cool. So now you got your seller account, but you're wondering, how do I actually make money? So I actually put together a free crash course. The link for it is down below. It is totally free, and it's super informative. It's jam-packed with value, and I made it so that you can get through it in about a day or two. And basically, basically it's going to show you what the best way for you is to start making money on Amazon, whether that's through an Amazon remote job, whether that's through starting an Amazon business, or whether that's through doing Amazon consulting or starting an e-commerce agency. And I actually show you live product research in there, and I actually show you exactly step-by-step what to do no matter where you're from. And it also comes with a free community that you have lifetime membership to. And in this community, you can interact with people who are also starting in the Amazon business or in the Amazon space, whether that's with remote jobs, whether that's with starting their own businesses. So that's all on the Ecom Academy platform. Link for that is down below. And also I do live mentorship calls every single Saturday. You can tune in. You can ask me any questions that you have. And I do the calls at 2 o'clock Eastern time. So that's going to be 11 o'clock in the morning Pacific time. And for your time zone, you can just type in what that is on Google. So that's every Saturday, 2 o'clock Eastern time, 2 p.m. I really look forward to seeing you there. Thank you so much for watching. I can't wait for you to achieve freedom. I can't wait for you to write to me at danv@ecomacad.com, danv@ecomacad.com. The email is down below as well about your progress in 3 months, 6 months, and a year. And I look forward to hearing how you've successfully gone remote. You've upgraded your life through my content and my videos, and you have achieved your freedom. Thank you so much.